cold and hungry, echoing to exploding shells and bursts of gunfire. There are no telephones, and the electricity has been cut off.
In the Eruptive Mode came out of very much a feeling of hope and helplessness in front of the massive events that were taking place, that were the so-called Arab Spring, the series of people's revolutions across different parts of the Arab region.
Never again, you said. No more humanity in extremis, you said. Let the IVF begin.
The last piece of work that we made was being rehearsed in Syria, and it was a piece of despair. It was a cry of despair that nothing's ever going to change. And as we were in Syria, the whole Arab Spring started, then Ali left. So we found ourselves in a radically different place that we never had dreamed of being in. So we created a piece, and we worked with actors from Syria and from Lebanon. But it became increasingly difficult to tour that piece, as you can imagine, getting the actors out, and it was very dangerous. And so when we were invited to perform at the Sydney Festival, we've been working on this new piece, which was a much lighter piece, and something in English, which was something we were very keen to do.
And that also led to the idea of incorporating a local performer into the work, which in fact here is being played by Kim Vercoe, beautifully.
Didn't know you were allowed laments in collapsed buildings. Kosovo! Did you press send?
The lines that are being drawn here are very fine. They're a series of monologues. It's a much more intimate piece in which individuals are cast into extreme scenarios as one would expect from a kind of the setup required of a tragedy.
There's two foreign characters actually, both played by the wonderful Australian actress who's with us now. The first is the journalist character, and it's based on a Western journalist who is killed while reporting either in Libya or in Syria, in one of the countries where the uprisings have gone beyond revolution into civil war. And the second character is actually one of these kind of shady characters you see often in the Gulf, the Western advisors. And we wanted to include a voice from a region that hadn't had a revolution, or where revolution has been suppressed, and a Western ally. So we've got two very different voices, one who's reporting what's going on, and who is another who's essentially a sort of parasite.
And you said there wasn't enough wood for the coffins yesterday, so the locals took to burying their infants in school desks.
The issue in many of the Arab states that fed a lot of the despair and rage that led to these popular movements was that it was governed by an outdated autocratic system of oppression.
La ilaha illallah.
But it was important for us in the piece to explore, I suppose, more than one side of the coin. And theatre is also a space that is ultimately a sort of utopic space of freedom.
The icy, intravenous river gushes up the claw and unbuckles the vertical vision.
But what I really hope is that people will see the poetry in this, and that these are individual voices caught, ordinary people caught in the storm of what is happening. I hope that we allow them into a human story. And I think a lot of the time the Muslim or the Arab is demonized in the West.
It's important for us that theatre is engaging and provocative, and that's kind of what makes making theatre in the Arab world also so exciting, and also feeds a thirst, I would say, for theatre that is very strong.